Hello there, Capricorn. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to your September 2022 general overview. We're going to be doing our regular Celtic cross with the tarot to get our main themes and ideas for the month, and then at the end we will be pulling 2 oracle cards to get any additional messages, to expand on any messages, and kind of just wrap it all up for you guys. Before we jump into the reading, I will be using the singing bowl to clear any lingering energy that does not belong here, does not belong to you all, to connect us as a collective, and then as a collective to source, to spirit. If you would like to use this time to call any specific guides, archangels, deities, any beings of light that you'd like to be present for this reading, please feel free to do so now. The more, the merrier. So, let's go ahead and get started. Oops. Alright, Capricorn, let me make sure my deck is not upside down. Alright, Spirit, speak to me and through me. To the Capricorn collective, please. Most accurate and relevant messages for them at this time. What do they need to know? What messages do we have for them at this time? Oh my, okay. Okay. These all came out together, so I'm trying to have Spirit guide me what's what goes where. I feel like these two. Alright, a few more shuffles. Okay. All right. Ten of Wands on the bottom of the deck. That could be your theme, kind of overall energy for the month. Doing too much, taking on too much, a little bit overwhelmed. You could also feel like you're just kind of spinning your wheels and not necessarily making any progress towards anything, just kind of busy for no reason. You're excessively busy, but your income doesn't really match how much energy and effort you're putting out. So maybe offload a little bit is what I'm saying. Say no to some things. Not everything is worth your time and your energy. Not every project is worth taking on. Not every client is worth taking on. So maybe use your discernment a little bit to decipher which opportunities are good opportunities and which ones are just going to be kind of wasting your time. You're not going to get paid enough. They're going to gripe about everything. They could even, and I use this as like a client situation if you work for yourself. Obviously, if you have a boss, this could be a situation, or if you work in a corporate environment, whatever, you could be taking on more. You could be performing really well. So they're like, oh, okay, well, can you do this too? Can you do this too? I'm giving you this, so you're going to be doing this. And it's like they're putting more on you, but not increasing your salary, not increasing your pay in any way. Again, going back to if you're working for yourself, having the discernment between which client, like knowing the red flags when you're having conversations about whether or not you're going to take them on. If they go over their scope of the project and it's like, I need this, I need a bid right now, I need this done right now, I need you to work right now, but I have a budget. And it's like, maybe not that one. They're going to rush you through the whole thing, so you're not going to perform as well as you should if you had taken your time and if you were getting paid right. You're not going to have enough money to buy materials, things of that nature that turn into and just kind of snowball and turn into a terrible, terrible situation. So use your discernment. All right, 5 minutes in, we haven't even started talking about the cards. Good gravy. This is quite interesting because you have your current energy that you're in right now, that you're noticing, that you're aware of, is the Ten of Cups. You're very happy. You're feeling very fulfilled. You're feeling very content right now, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's by yourself. I feel like it's mostly by yourself, though. Within yourself, you're feeling really good and content. Crossing you, you have the Son of Cups. This could be a relationship. Someone, maybe like a false start situation, someone who showed quite a bit of promise. You could have been talking to them, gone on a few dates with them. You saw some potential for a relationship and it just didn't go anywhere. Or you are in an actual relationship. You guys have been together for a really long time, but something about this person, something about this situation is presenting itself as a challenge. It's showing up for you in kind of a triggering position. This person could be just really annoying to you. This could be someone in your work environment as well. This is a younger, masculine water sign. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And again, we obviously don't know every person's sign. And one sign, their sun sign, which we typically do know, does not make up a whole person. But this is someone who gives off very watery energy. Could be very melancholy or emo, if that's the word you want to use, but they could be the more unevolved, toxic sides of these water signs. That could be a little bit manipulative, that could be a little bit crybaby. When they don't get their way, they might throw a fit, and all of those energies could be very challenging to deal with. I will admit to that. I, being a triple Cancer, triple Pisces, have a lot of water, so I do know the unevolved, more toxic sides of that, and I can recognize them. Yes, hopefully everybody can, but this for you in particular can just be too much. They could just be too emotional. They could be too unhinged for you. Like, it's too much of a roller coaster. You're like, I need to get off of this. I need some stability. I need some level. I need some solid ground to be upon. So maybe you're walking away from this situation, this person. If it's someone at work, you could just be putting distance between yourself and them because they're just overly emotional and trying to pull you in, I feel like, to their muck. This could also, I just heard, this could be a client. This could be someone that you've taken on a job for, and it's a lot. So maybe this is kind of the trigger point for you to be like, okay, I need to filter through these, and I need to not take every job just because it means money. Like, not all money is good money, I'm kind of getting here. In your recent past, the moon, more Cancer and Pisces energy. Actually, you have Cancer here. This to me is a Cancer card. For a lot of readers, it is Pisces, but for me, because Cancer is ruled by the moon, it makes sense that the moon would be Cancer. But traditionally in tarot, it represents, it's correlated, this card is correlated with Pisces. But you have a lot of Cancer energy here, which is your exact opposite, the yin to your yang. So maybe you're just having a lot of experiences with these water signs, with Cancer specifically. Okay, anyways. The moon. Showing up in your recent past, there was something that was being hidden from you, something that was just out of your reach. You couldn't quite see it clearly. This represents kind of the secrets that we keep in nighttime, the things that we can't see in the nighttime, how things move differently, because again, we see differently. It's dark out, so we can't necessarily see all the way in front of us as we could if it were daytime. So this is just a little bit of illusion, and you have another card of illusion here in your mind space. So you could be really, really focusing on this. Like, if someone got one over on you, or if they snuck something from you, took something from you, or keeping something from you, some secrets. It could be this Son of Cups person. could have kept something from you, but it came to light. I mean, as things always do. And now I feel like you are spending a lot of time thinking about that situation. How did they deceive me? How are they able to make me think that they were offering me all of these beautiful cups when really they just offered me a pile of shit? Like, how was I able to get duped? Because you guys aren't easily duped. But I feel like somebody did. They pretended to be something they weren't. They presented themselves as someone who was emotionally available, who was supportive, who was loving, creative, inspiring, all of these things, and it turns out they were just manipulating you. They were just trying to get something from you. It could be like financial stability. Maybe they thought you had more money than you do. Maybe you kind of present as someone who has their shit together, but when it comes down to it, maybe you don't have all of the pieces put together, and they kind of latched onto you thinking that they could achieve stability by proxy, if that makes sense. And then maybe they realized, oh, well, they don't have their shit together like I thought they did, so I'm gonna dip. That kind of situation. But I feel like you're putting a lot of thought into it now. Like, how did this happen? What can I do in the future so it doesn't ever happen again? But the energy that you're moving into, this is either a person or it's you stepping into this energy. If it is you, I don't think that anybody's going to be able to get anything over on you for a while, at least, while you're in this energy. It's very fiery. King of Wands is Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo energy, masculine, someone who takes charge, who knows what they want, is very attractive. So be careful with who you are attracting. And you're going to have to, I feel like, rely on your discernment even more. Because if you're attracting more opportunities, you're attracting more potential, possibilities, lovers, all of these things, you're going to have to, you can't take all of them on, right? You can't just, I mean, you could, but that seems like a lot of energy to expel. So just take your time. Kind of feel your way through it. Ask the right questions, and don't be afraid to kind of push back on people and ask questions that might be uncomfortable. This person, this energy that you're stepping into, they're not afraid of confrontation. They're not afraid to disappoint anybody. They're not afraid to say no. So start saying no more is what I'm getting. In your mind space, I kind of touched on this a little bit. The Seven of Cups. This is delusion, illusion. This is not knowing which cup holds shit and which cup holds diamonds. So it's like, I really feel like you're focused on being able to trust your instincts, first of all, and being able to look at something and know right away whether it's trash or treasure. And I feel like you're just really focused on that right now because you want to hone that skill. You want to be able to tell. I'm going to get into this in a little bit, but that's what you're thinking about. That's what's taking up a lot of your mind space right now. Let that go, though, is what I'm going to say. You at this time are intended to be focusing on yourself, your own craft, your own skills, your own money, essentially. So maybe pull back on relationships if you have been kind of trying it out. If you're single and you've been like wanting to put yourself back in the dating pool, but it hasn't really panned out, maybe pull back from that up for a little bit and focus on perfecting your craft. Whatever it is you do kind of for a living, or even if it's just for fun, maybe turning what you do for fun into money. But now it's time to take it to the next level so you can increase your value, is what I'm getting. In your subconscious, we have you showing up here as yourself. The Devil card is Capricorn energy. They're very hardworking. They're very loyal. They're very stubborn even. They can make a lot out of a little. They just need goats. This is a goat, right? A goat is Capricorn. They can take a ledge that's this big and they can stand on it. They can make it work. So it's like, I just need a little to make it work. But I don't feel like that's the energy that you need to be in anymore. I feel like you don't have, it's breadcrumbing is the phrase that's coming to my mind. Like you're just getting just the bare minimum. And you have this knack, and Cancer does too, so it could be your your yin and yang energies, your opposites coming into play here. If you do have Cancer in your chart, look into that. But I feel like it gives you this very great ability to turn nothing into something. But I feel like you need to evolve beyond that. You need to turn something into something even more. You need to take something that's already a lot and then multiply it into even more, instead of taking what little you're being offered and turning it into something like, oh, this will do. I can do this because I've done it a million times before. Yeah, but you shouldn't have to. It's time for you to step out of that and step into accepting more and being open to receiving more so you can do more, right? If you can do so much with so little, imagine what you can do with a lot. So embrace that. Sorry, I thought someone was pulling in the driveway. Embrace that idea that you can have a lot and you can do a lot with a lot. Kind of get rid of that scrappy, having to piece things together and make do with what you have energy, and embrace having more and doing more. All right, again, advice from Spirit. 8 of Coins. Spirit wants you to focus on yourself, wants you to focus on your own craft, your own skills, your own abilities, your own business is what I'm getting. Mind the business that pays you, very much so right now. Don't entertain a lot of extra stuff. Don't try to start a relationship. Don't try to go out on a ton of dates because you're bored or you're lonely or you feel like you need companionship. It could be maybe a long time since you've had any companionship. Now is not the time, though, I would say. Spirit really, really, really wants you to focus on increasing your value at this time versus putting energy into someone else, into a relationship. Energies around you. This is Page, Daughter of Coins. Energy, very young, female, Earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. This could be just people around you. There's a lot of very loyal people around you. And if it's not directed at you, because this is external to you, so these are just energies that are kind of there for you to tap into if you want to, but you don't have to. You can focus on other things. You can disconnect from this energy. But if this is something that you want to have access to, it's available around you, so tap into it. It's a very hardworking, very loyal. It's kind of, again, a little bit naive and trusting because it's a younger energy, so they could be a little bit more open. So if you're wanting to be a little bit more open to possibilities, to potential, to opportunities to come your way, just open yourself up. Maybe offloading a little bit so you have more space in your arms, right? You can't receive if your arms are full, right? So I need you to lay down some of that stuff so you can receive and so you can tap into these opportunities that could be coming your way. Your hopes and your fears. Your hope is for love. You want deep, reciprocal, passionate, endless love. You want someone who will show up for you, who will always be there for you, who will always love you. I just am getting you really are yearning for unconditional love. And this is romantic love. This is not parents. This is not children. This is not friendship. You want deep, romantic, unconditional love. And your fear, obviously, is that you won't ever receive that and that you will kind of be in this space of seeking forever, which I don't think is the case. I feel like if you open yourself up and kind of not lower your standards or expectations by any means, keep those very, very high, but make sure they're realistic and make sure that they're productive standards and expectations, right? We can't expect people to pour 1,000% into us while we focus solely on our work, right? It doesn't work like that. If you want someone to pour 1,000% into you, you yourself have to be willing to give that back to them. So if you're not in a place where you're willing right now, then hold off on that. Get yourself to a place where you can love others the way that you want to be loved. I almost said lovered. And the outcome for you. You have the Chariot. This is excellent, excellent, excellent. This is victory and triumph and riding off into the sunset, knowing your destination, knowing that you're going to get there, that you've done the work, you've done what you need to do, you've paved the road, you've pushed the horse uphill, you've done all of these things, and now you can just kind of ride the wave to your triumph, to your success, kind of be on autopilot a little bit and let your steed, your very loyal steed, Buffalo, take you to the direction of your victory. Excuse me. And all you have to do is kind of sit back and let them do their thing. Let your hard work and your dedication to yourself, to your craft, to your business, to your coin, kind of lead you to this victory and triumph. All right, well, there it is. I didn't even get to... Oh, no. Okay. All right, so we got Buffalo as our first oracle card for the spirit animal deck, and then we got Grief from Seasons of the Witch, Shawan Oracle. So let's start there. Card number 20. Grief. Keywords, mourning and loss. Interesting. I didn't really get any of that from this reading, except maybe here with this like relationship not going the way that you wanted it to go. But I don't, okay, whatever. Let's just read. Grief is the uncomfortable dance between feeling everything and feeling nothing. It isn't exclusive to losing someone. Grief can manifest when you feel like a failure. There it is. Or when you have regret. It can appear when you feel overwhelmed, there it is again, or when you feel guilty. It can leave you feeling it all and feeling nothing, or even feeling both at the same time. Likewise, we can be so lost in our grief that we forget to live. We mourn for things that have long since slipped through our fingers. We find ourselves in sort of a limbo, living half dead. This is what can happen when you spend too much time searching for and missing what you've lost, and forgetting to be grateful for what's left behind. Pulling grief can mean you have a lack of satisfaction about where you are in life. That's what I really feel that's why this is showing up for you. I feel like you're really struggling with where you are right now, where you want to be, maybe the choices that you've made, and just kind of having a little bit of grief over what your life could have been if you had made different decisions, if you had whatever, whenever, right? Feeling like a failure. Yeah, I really feel like that's kind of the energy that you guys are dealing with right now. I don't see you being satisfied with your place in the world right now, with where you're at. You want so much more, you want to do so much more, you want to be so much more. So you could just be kind of working through that. Alright, let me finish reading this. Let me just start over. Pulling grief can mean you have a lack of satisfaction about where you are in life, what you have, or perhaps, more appropriate, what you don't have. You're putting too much of your focus on what is missing and have cut off the rest of the world. There are still people and opportunities for you if you will only lift your head up and take a look around. Absolutely. Life still goes on when you've suffered a loss. Mourn for things you wanted and didn't get, or had and lost, but be sure to keep going. The universe never takes anything away without giving you something to take its place. And typically, what I've found is that when things do get taken away, when I do suffer loss, and even if there is a period of discomfort that follows, what replaces it is often 1,000,000 times better, and you never would have received it had you stayed in that place, had you stayed in that job, in that car, in that home, in that relationship. All of these things that we can potentially lose become replaced eventually. It's not always immediate. There might be some discomfort in the in-between time where you really, really, really need to accept and kind of relinquish. I don't want to say control, because I don't like the thought that we have no control over lives. That's absolutely not true. We are co-creators. Everything that we experience is a direct result of ourselves. So I don't want to say give up control, but there are some points when you do have to surrender and just give to the universe. I know that you know what's best. I know that you have something bigger coming for me. I know that this is for my best interest. And it helps move through those spaces a lot quicker and a lot more comfortably. All right, let's read about buffaloes. Oof. What are buffaloes? Earth. Yes. Buffalo. Grounded yet heavenly. Oh, practical yet spiritual. That's so sweet. The hooves of the mighty buffalo are grounded in the earth, yet its heart and mind raised toward heaven. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment. Therefore, the buffalo does not fear death, illness, or misfortune. Its gentle eyes look to the road ahead, trusting every turn. May we all experience this elusive yet life-changing bliss from time to time. And may we allow this card to remind us that life is a precious gift. When in balance, trusting, pure presence. When out of balance, restless, lacks gratitude. To bring into balance, prayer. Okay. So I feel like there is a theme of you needing to kind of be very thankful for the things that you do have. I do see a lot of love around you, a lot of love in your heart. There's a lot of love in your life, a lot of bliss and content in your life in most aspects. I will say I feel like love and money are a little bit lacking, and they're not quite where you want them to be. I feel like you would like a little bit more stability on both of those ends. But practice gratitude for the things that are showing up for you, the opportunities that are presenting themselves, and practice discernment as well, is what I will say. All right, guys, I love you all so very, very much, and I will see you next time. Bye.